What's up, guys, and welcome back to Alexandria, one of the few maps that really allow for some excellent battles, at least in my opinion. This match is going to be played between me and BX Baracus. I've taken the Sassanids in this matchup, and he has taken the Saxons. So the map of Alexandria, the coordinates will be provided. They won't be provided in the description. I'll probably forget them, but you don't need to worry. I have the Cool Maps Part 2 video that you guys can check out, and the coordinates are written in the comments there. So with the Sassanids, I've taken a total of 4 Sogdian Camel Raiders, 2 on either flank. And 2 of these guys are on the left patch of the forest. What I'm going to do with them is just use this line of forest to cover my tracks and then maybe get, I think it'll be better this way. So you can see there's a bunch of forest. There's a one straight line of forest protecting your units. And then they can just use this and then come straight in and maybe get a rear charge. So if you use this path, they can be completely hidden, although it's a very roundabout path. Meanwhile, these guys, these 2 Camel Raiders, if my opponent uses his cavalry in a very traditional way, just brings them to each flank, I can use these guys to charge in, and they would be basically hidden until the last second. So a total of 4 Sogdian Camel Raiders. I've also brought a total of 3 Persian Brigade, 4 Naf Throwers, 1 Persian Bow. It looks like 2 Elite Dalemite Infantry and 2 Dalemite Warriors, 1 Persian Noble, and a couple of Grifpanwar Cataphracts. Now, I don't know why, but the replays in this game, I basically look at it like a spectator, even though that wasn't the role that was actually playing in this game. So I can actually see his entire army. Kind of ruins the fun because it would make more sense if the army was hidden, then you guys could see like how it was actually played in my perspective. Anyways, I'll try and just share with you guys the way it went down. So by taking out the banners, you can probably get a better idea. I could only see 1 Nordic Brigade that is out here, and I knew that it was just a lure. He just wants to scout out what units I have. He doesn't have any units that have spotting. I have 4 units that have excellent spotting, so that means they could potentially see this entire army. But unfortunately, they're just too far away for me to see any of his army. They need to be somewhere around here for them to be able to spot the rest of his units. For now, I could only see a Nordic Brigade. All the rest of his army was hidden. On his part, he can only see a Grifpanwar Cataphract. Besides that, he can't really see anything except my Persian Brigade, probably in a couple of seconds because they're going to be unhidden. This is the second match that me and BX Baracus played on this match, in this map. So he kind of knows, that there could be some tricks, up someone's sleeve. Either it could be up his sleeve or my sleeve. The Saxons, I believe they have some good... they have the Germanic Knight Raiders and the regular Germanic Raiders, both of whom are decent guerrilla deployment units. And I say decent guerrilla deployment units, they're not good units in the general sense of the word. Here he's bringing up his Frankish skirmishers, still hidden. You can see they're so close. Elite Saxon Javelinmen, I mean. And they could potentially just fire into my Grifpanwar. They could have, I believe, yeah. I mean, that's close enough, right? That's around 80 range. They could have, if he chose to. But I'm pulling back because I know that this Nordic Brigade is just a trap. Instead, I'm going to bring in my Persian Brigade. And look at the number of casualties they've taken just from that. I think it's the Elite Saxon Javelin who are also getting a lot of casualties. So 94 men left with these Persian Brigade. I think I did use with my Sogdian Camel Raiders have been hidden the entire time. But the Persian Brigade, the Nordic Brigade, obviously are going to get destroyed. Nav Thrower is taking some casualties, but I didn't use the Nafts on them because I need to conserve their ammunition. They would, their best use is if they get a toss in right here, but it's just too risky for me to try that now. Moving up with my Sogdian Camel Raiders here, and then also moving up with my Persian Brigade. They are going to be able to attack his Elite Saxon Javelinmen, although I don't think they'll be able to do much damage. He's also bringing in the Saxon Lancer, but it's not going to do much damage at all. I don't know what is... the Persian Bow is shooting at them, so they are taking the Saxon Lancers are taking some casualties from that. Moving up with my Naf Throwers, and there we go. They've tossed their bombs. Let's see if it does any damage. It takes a while to explode. And it kind of lands in no man's land. So the Saxon Lancers take a decent bit of damage. And they also fire into the Elite Nordic Spearmen. Elite Nordic Spearmen not taking much damage at all. These units are best used against cavalry. Meanwhile, Sogdian Camel Raiders lining up. These Sogdian Camel Raiders, though, are about to get a rear charge into his Saxon mounted warband. The Sogdian Camel Raiders, though, unfortunately, what really makes them poor units is that they have axes. They don't have spears in melee. It looks like they have maces, which makes them very useless because they last for a long time, but they won't get many kills. Only 5 kills on a rear charge against units. Here, the Sogdian Camel Raider is going to charge into Saxon mounted warband, and we can just see how actually really shit these units are when you're going to charge them into cavalry. Because the Saxon mounted warband, spoiler alert, but the Saxon mounted warband will eventually actually win that battle against a unit that costs like 900 talents. These Saxon mounted warband, though, they're going to get destroyed because at the end of the day, it was a rear charge from a cavalry unit, and they also have the fear penalty. Here, Saxon mounted warband not taking a single casualty, getting 1 kill on the other hand. Here, my Grifpanvar Cataphracts charging in, hitting a lot of his elite Saxon javelinmen on the charge. My NAF thrower is not doing too much, but these NAF throwers have thrown their bombs. I'm not really sure where it's hit. It probably has hit the elite Nordic Spearmen. It's got a lot of those Saxon Lancers though. Here is just a massive clusterfuck. The Grifpanvar Cataphracts destroyed a lot of his elite Saxon javelinmen, so I have punched a hole through. My Persian brigade are going to absorb the charge from his Saxon Lancers, and his Saxon Lancers are also wavering now. They don't have the greatest amount of morale. Here, Saxon mounted warband, 10 kills, starting to drop against my Camel Raiders, but they are getting a decent amount of kills. So that's why. Is it because of this? Oh, so now I see why my Sogdian Camel Raiders died. Right, because his elite Saxon javelinmen were killing them off. That makes sense. Maybe, I mean, they're still pretty shit units because you can see one of my Sogdian Camel Raiders died there. Not great units, very expensive, but maybe I'll give these Sogdian Camel Raiders the benefit of the doubt. Here, charging in with my elite Dalemite infantry, his elite Saxon javelinmen have done a very good job so far. Anyway, some of them. This Saxon javelinmen holding out extremely well against Dalemite warriors because the Dalemite warriors themselves are a very tanky unit, not very aggressive. Here, his Germanic horsemen, Saxon mounted warband go charge into my NAF throwers. NAF throwers not going to do very well. I still have my full strength Persian nobles though. They should be able to get a charge into the Saxon mounted warband and then kill them off. Sogdian Camels getting a decent amount of kills here. Hearthguard not going to do too well, getting rear charged by elite Dalemite infantry as well. And my my Grifpanvar Cataphracts still got 49 units left, and they can probably be a pretty massive unit in this game, especially late game. Flank charging with his Saxon mounted warband is BX Brachus, but not getting a lot of impact damage in the process. Here, my Persian nobles are about to get rear charged by his Saxon mounted warband, and he's going to immediately follow up with some elite Nordic spears. Just bombs going all across the field. But the elite Nordic spearmen are not going to take much damage from that. And they are able to rear charge my Persian nobles, but his chieftain with Gedrift, which is a very strong tanky unit, is going to take a lot of casualties eventually, because I'm also getting some flank shots with my Persian bows. Dalemite warriors getting slowly getting kills on these elite Saxon javelinmen, but I need to rear charge with my Grifpanvar Cataphracts immediately. I charged into Saxon mounted warband, and let's go ahead and put it in Grifpanvar camp, rear charging the hell out of his elite Saxon javelinmen. They are very heavy units, but they will not do well against a charge, especially against such a strong unit. The Grifpanvar Cataphract getting a lot of kills. Saxon mounted warband starting to waver, and I think I'm reloading ammo on my NAF throwers. In general, my Persian brigade is starting to die against his elite Nordic spearmen. His elite Saxon javelinmen starting to toss their javelins onto my Dalemite infantry. Sogdian Camel Raiders come back from routing, I believe, and now they're going to rear charge his Saxon mounted warband. Saxon mounted warband are okay units. We both decided to play non-meta, but that said, they are not going to do well, especially since they have poor morale against a camel unit, which of course has the scare horses trait. Here, Grifpanvar Cataphract's not done too much, but the other one has done brilliantly. And the Hearthguard here, just a massive blob that my Camel Raiders would probably win out. Let's try and take a look if they have axes or if they have maces. They do have axes. Yeah, they do have axes. So that gives them a 16 AP, and that actually makes them pretty useful against infantry units. So all in all, it looks like it's going to go in my favor. My Dalemite warriors getting charged at by Saxon mounted warband, but they are going to get ripped apart by those Sogdian Camel Raiders. Here, elite Dalemite going to hold out forever against his very tanky but low melee attack Hearthguard and his, of course, very defensive Elite Nordic Spearman. My Persian nobles has... Ooh, my general has died. While pulling out, my general died, which is going to cause a mass waiver, especially with the whistling shot effect from these nafts. But they're going to charge into the Elite Saxon Javelinmen. The Elite Saxon Javelinmen won't take much casualties because they're very heavy units, but they don't have a spear, which makes them kind of not as good in melee. That said, my Persian nobles are never going to win that battle. I just have too many units left for BX Brackus to win this game. Although he's played very well, even though he didn't have any spotting units, he managed to do well against my more ambushy army, which is obviously an army that is much more suited to this battlefield. Sogdian Camel Raiders here very tired, shaken because the general is dead, only have 23 morale left, but they are going to be able to get a great charge into the backs of the Hearthguard, or no, into the flanks of these Hearthguard. Actually, it's not going to be such a great... They are, I think, heavy. Yeah, they are heavy melee cavalry, so the impact damage alone will do a decent amount of damage. And I've also used Frenzy on them, so they'll actually get a lot of kills on these units. Chieftain with Gedrick still managing to stay alive. The general has not died for BX Brackus, but instead his army has broken due to general losses. Pyrrhic victory to me. The Sogdian Camel Raiders were, all in all, a pretty decent waste of money. 150 kills, 139 kills with two of them, but the other two just did absolutely nothing. Persian Brigade did decently. Dalemite Warriors and Elite Dalemite Infantry did just about as you would expect from them. Not many kills, but held out the line pretty well. Griffon Noir, one of them managed to just turn the tide of the battle around by themselves. And the Naf Throwers were, in general, a pretty big disappointment. Even considering that, BX Brackus was bunched up. Maybe it was because of the trees that reduced the accuracy or something. But just didn't do too much. And of course, my general also didn't do too much either. Anyways, guys, I think this was a really fun battle, so I hope you enjoyed it and stay tuned for more. Peace.